What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dave, coming at you live from Germany, and it is your weekly pop culture beatdown. That's right. Nerd and the Jerk. We're here back again live, man. Freaking awesome. Where we go ahead and we talk about everything that's going on in pop culture. We break it down. We put it in a nice little bow, and then we shit on it a little bit. And, of course, I don't do it by myself. I wouldn't want to do it by myself, and you guys all know I can't do it by myself. So joining me is the guy with the blue-haired power that will make sure that he tears you a brand new sasshole each and every week, the one and only Ace Trainer Liam. What's going on, my friend?
I'm beautiful. How are you? You stumbled a little bit on the intro, didn't you? A little bit.
I did.
You thought people wouldn't notice, but we did.
You did. Thank you for pointing it out.
What's
I really appreciate that.
What do I do again? What do I say?
Yeah.
It happens to all of us. It happens to everyone.
Yeah, that's why I love having you here, because you point those things out. It's amazing.
This is why I'm here.
It's ironic. I am now taking a drink from my Kevin Smith mug, one of the greatest speakers in ever, and I couldn't even do it myself. I'm disappointed.
You are not worthy.
I'm not worthy of the Kevin Smith mug. What's going on with you, man? You've had a week of no distractions because...
Yeah, my girlfriend's been away from a week. Excuse the sex hair, but she came back she came back before my last stream ended an hour ago. So, you know, I had to make use of the spare time that I had. But no, other than that, I've just been plodding along. To be honest, I've done so little this week. Like, you would think not having a girlfriend in town would mean super productivity. Oh, I'll knuckle down. I'll get loads of work done. I'll get loads of videos made. Things like that. Nah, productivity's been at an all-time zero. But it's been fun because I just got a Switch, so I've been learning how to play Mario Kart and stuff like that.
Yeah, yesterday you had a very productive day. Yesterday,
yes.
you were like a madman yesterday. What the fuck?
I'm trying to forget about yesterday. Yesterday was fucking busy. So for those that don't know, I did a stream. I did my usual scheduled stream from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., which was Wi-Fi battles against fans. So you have to be on your game. Well, viewers. Some people aren't fans of me, but they try and come and beat me.
Very true.
Try your best. So I'm having to concentrate on that. And then my new Let's Play went live at 6. And then at 7, we had the Elite Four podcast, which is the #1 Pokemon podcast on the internet right now.
There was 5 of you this week.
There were 5. Yeah, because we sometimes have guests. So we had True Green 7 on. Brilliant content.
Can I give a little bit of criticism? Because I sucked the dick of the podcast so hard the first one. I got just a small little tiny criticism. Small.
Is it that we were all talking over each other?
There's that, but I mean, there's inherent... You have 4 people. You never need to have a guest. Ever. There is 4 of you, and all of you can talk. Having a guest, I think, does a disservice. Joe Merrick got about 2 fucking lines that entire episode. You don't need a guest. It's just my opinion.
We don't need it, but we like to have a guest. We like to get a few people in, get the buzz going.
You're dynamic, and you, by the way, gave like a presidential-worthy fucking speech.
Oh, you've seen the meme, right?
Of course I have.
Oh wait, didn't Phil put it on the screen?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, I didn't see it until a good like 10 minutes something after the stream, and I was like, oh god. Was that Trump's body or Obama's body?
I thought it was a prime minister of one of your guys' shits.
Oh, fuck knows. I was just like, which president have they put me on? Like,
because that's important.
It is important. I don't want people being like, hey, look at Ace Trump Liam, you know? Like,
oh, we need to get that trending. We need to get that trending.
No, we fucking
that
don't.
Would be amazing. Oh my god.
No,
it would be huge.
God.
Huge.
Can't I be Obama trainer Liam, or is that has cultural connotations, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's the first ever blue-haired president.
Oh, but now you've reminded me of that South Park the movie joke. Have you ever heard of the Emancipation Proclamation? I don't listen to hip hop. I love that line. That general guy's the best guy in that movie. Oh, anywho,
that's a deep reference. Go back to Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Nicely done,
what year did that come out? Was that 99?
Had to be. Oh man,
I'm going to Google it while you continue. South Park.
It had to be around 99, 2000. Yeah, I've got a little bit of an epic story to tell.
1999, motherfucker.
Good God. Good God.
Jesus Christ. That was the year Pokemon came out in the UK.
Jeez, man, I'm fucking
What
old,
a big year.
That is a big year. That was a good movie. Not enough people talk about South Park the movie, by the way, but hopefully it'll get a sequel, which that's irrelevant because you'll see in just a few minutes because that is kind of the theme of the show. But before we get to that, I got something of pop culture lore to talk about.
All right.
Holy shit. Okay, so my wife and I didn't do any streaming today. I did no Pokemon. The wife's like, I kind of want to go to Koblenz, which is this kind of a really cool city a little bit farther away. So we had to get on a train. So I took the kid, went, and she graduated 6th grade today, so that was kind of a little bit of a reward for her. So we go to Koblenz, and there's this epic comic book store there. We heard about it. I've never been to it, but we've heard how amazing it is. So we go there, and it's called, oh, God, what is it freaking called? Couldn't tell you. Fuck. It's completely out of my head.
Das Shop.
Yes. No, not at all. But fantastic comic book store. I mean, you walk into it, it is so big, and it's piled top to bottom with just everything anime, everything pop culture, everything comic book that you can think of. If you want it, it's there. It's absolute craziness. But I was there for cards. In my head, that was my big reason. I'm like, let's see what is there as far as cards. So that's what I wanted to do. I walk up to the counter and I say, hey, what Pokemon cards do you have? And she goes, American? I'm like, do you have American cards? I was not expecting that. So that was my first shock. I was like, okay, this is more promising than I thought it was. Because that, I've never seen American cards sold in any store here in Germany before.
Have you only ever seen German then? Like,
yes, here in Germany. I mean, I was like, when I buy cards at like just a regular store, and I've been to other comic book stores, it's always been German cards. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. And the first thing she does is she pops down 2 full sealed booster box on the table.
Damn.
And one of them is this Dark Explorer booster box, and the big purple box that you can't miss because you can never fucking find them. So my eyes go large, my dick goes hard. Then she pops this on the table. Fucking legendary treasures. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, so how much? That's the question, because I'm expecting I'm not going to be able to buy any of this anyway, so who fucking cares? She pulls out a calculator, and I start to feel a little bit more optimistic when I see her type in the number of packs, which is 72, by 4. I'm like, ooh, $4 a pack? Okay. Okay.
Just stopping you there, Dave. People are saying your voice is quiet.
Yeah, I see 1 or 2 people saying it, but I'm monitoring it through here, and it seems... I'm
hearing it loud and clear, but I don't know how. Maybe I'm loud.
Yeah, you're a little bit loud, but I mean, I don't think I'm quiet. I don't want to turn myself up too loud.
Of course I'm loud. I'm fucking British.
Right. I put you down a little bit, but I think it should be fine. Oh, wait. Now you're low. Something happened.
Oh, if I go up a bit?
You went,
try that.
What did you do?
What about now?
Okay, I think you're fine. You sound fine coming out of my end, but I think it's me that's low, but I don't know.
Okay.
I think we're good.
No biggie.
So they type in 72 times 4. So I'm like, they're going to charge me $4 a pack. That's fucking phenomenal. Because I paid $15 about a month ago for a pack of legendary treasures. So I'm like, this is okay. Melanie's going to be able to get me some of these cards. She's going to sign off on it. Right. So they're like, okay, so it's 140 a box. And I'm like, okay, well, I want both of them. And they're like, well, 200 for both boxes. I'm like,
Wait. Can we just talk about the incapacity, the inability of German shopkeepers to haggle? You were going to buy 2 boxes for $140 each, so $280.
Yes.
And they dropped €80 or whatever, just like that?
Just for me saying, I want both boxes. And she's like, 200 for both.
That's not how haggling works.
It doesn't.
Fuck's sake, Germany.
But she was telling us that these boxes and a whole bunch of other American cards were just sitting in the basement. They didn't even know where they were there. So, and nobody ever asked for American cards. So they just saw this as an opportunity to kind of get rid of them and dump them. So I'm like freaking out because I know these are relatively rare boxes. What I didn't fucking know was after all that was done, we went and looked them up. You cannot find Dark Explorers, man. 800 euros this is going for here in Germany. Yes, dude. It's fucking insane.
You didn't open it then, right?
No, but I'm going to for people's enjoyment on stream. For every $5 we get in donations during the next Pokemon stream. I'm dumping all the cards into one box, and it's just going to be a free-for-all. I'm going to pull what I pull. So everything is going in there, and it's going to be absolute fucking insanity. This is the stuff you hear about, but you never see. On American Amazon, they go for about $500 a box, if you can find them, which you can't find them. Legendary Treasures about $300 a box, if you can find them. And they're hard to find. So I'm on cloud 9. The rest of the day was just gravy. That's folklore right there. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I'm still shaking from it, dude. I'm still shaking from it.
So what have you pulled? Have you opened them? You
No,
not opened them?
no, not
Jesus.
yet. Not yet. No, because I'm doing it. It's all on stream. I don't open.
But you found the ancient treasures of old Pokemon fans.
Right.
How are they still there? That's
what I'm wondering. How did they get here in the first place and just sit in a basement of this epic comic book store? That was shocking to me. And I mean, these are from X and Y. Both of these sets are from the X and Y series. So we're talking 2013, 2012. I mean, awesome. Awesome. So
that is shocking. That store didn't know what they were doing.
No, and you know what? Here's the thing. When we looked it up and it was like 4 hours later, I actually felt bad. I almost thought.
Did you feel like going back and giving them another 100? Like I bought this yesterday.
I did but look, stupid will always like trump everything else for me. And when I feel bad about something, it's hard for me to not feel right. But at the same time, the story that they told, it all made sense. So I wasn't upset about it too much. But I got a feeling if I go back in
probably the amount of time they've had it, I think with the amount of time they'd had them in stock, it was probably dead money at that point. So they were just happy to get rid of them.
If they even had any money in it at all. I mean, this place is so cluttered. I'm sure people, they find stuff for next to nothing most of the time. So who knows how much they had into it. They seemed very excited to get the $200 for it. So
damn.
Amazing. But big shout out to the chat. I see yo woman up in there. Grooves.
Oh, yeah.
Casey's the queen. Jade. We got Alistair Cummins is here. The Duffy Gamer. All kinds of people. Pyoxys. Thank you guys so much. Last Lindy is here, as I like to call her, the last, because there's only one for me. Lily, yeah, I'm flirting with everybody. Lilius Hodgson, Dr. Facilla, Formal Ghost, all kind. I almost read your name like we have a check mark. Oh, it's Ace Trainer Liam. That
fucking idiot.
I really am. So
Jesus Christ,
pretty good stuff. So let's get to the topic of the week, man, and it's a little bit inspired by you, tiny bit, because you've been playing the triple re-release of Crash Bandicoot last night.
Hell yeah. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Oh, it's so good though. So for those that don't know, it is a not just remastered, but a remade version. Like they've built it from the ground up of Crash Bandicoot 1, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot Warped, arguably the best Crash Bandicoot game of all fucking time. Can't wait to get to it. And Activision sent it to me because I've got a friend that works for Activision, and he was like, "Do you want a free copy of this when it comes out?" This is back in February.
You know everybody.
And this was. I think I met him at a Pokemon event. I think I met him at like one of the because I sometimes go to the launch parties for the Pokemon trading card games when they release the new sets. So I normally go there and just bump shoulders with a few people. Like there's normally like a bunch of us Pokemon YouTubers and then some media people and then people from the gaming industry, as well as obviously the Pokemon like management people.
Right.
And I think I must have met him there. I have absolutely no idea where I met him. Dom, if you're watching, I've got no fucking idea when I met you, but I'm glad I did. So in February, he was like, "Do you want the new Crash game when it comes out?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I do. I love Crash Bandicoot." And he was like, "Okay, that's fine." And I was like, oh, I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, "Oh wait, it's PS4 exclusive." Dom, I don't have a PS4. Thinking, maybe if I push it a little bit, maybe he'll be like, "Don't worry, Activision will sort you out with one." That was not the case. He was just like, "Oh well, that sucks," and that was the end of the conversation. And then later on, like obviously recently, because of obviously wonderful people like the Queen, Kazes, has been helping out. I've been able to afford to buy a PS4, and a couple of days later, it suddenly clicked. That game comes out on June 30th. I wonder if I can still get that code. So I messaged Dom like, "Oh, Dom, it's been like a month and it's been like 4 months since we last spoke. Sorry about that, but am I still good for this code? I've got a PS4 now."
Is that offer still on the table?
He's like, "Don't worry, mate. I'll sort you out. Don't worry." So he sends me the code, and he's like, "The only catch is you can't stream it until after 3 p.m. on the 29th UK time, because that's when the embargo ends. If you do it before that, shit, you're going to get in legal trouble." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. I know how embargoes work. Right. That's okay." So then I was like, right, I'll stream it 6 hours later at 9 p.m. Played it from 9 p.m. till like 1:30 in the morning. It was beautiful. It plays. It looks incredible. Like Crash is furry. The scenery is amazing. Someone sent me actually a screenshot on Twitter, because there was a level that I spent hours on called the Bridge to Nowhere. It's fucking hard. It's the bridge with all the planks missing.
I watched you for an hour and a half fail miserably.
Some planks break, some planks don't. There's fucking
pigs
hogs
and shit.
There's pigs and everything. It's a horrible level. And I did it I took hours doing it. Someone sent me a picture of what that level looked like in the original. And it's horrendous, the difference. It's, oh my God. Like, I thought this game looked kind of similar to how it did in the past. It's so far removed.
It looks
like
so
the
good.
game in the past looks absolute garbage. It's hard to look at the old game now.
Right.
But the fact is, it plays exactly the same as the old game.
That's fun.
You can even instead of using the analog sticks, you can use the D-pad to control Crash, and that feels so old school to play a game like that. Because we're so used nowadays to picking up a game and going, right, analog sticks, like muscle memory onto analog sticks. Now using the D-pad's insane. It feels like a proper nostalgia trip.
Yeah, it does.
So good. I'm working my way through. I'm going to do another stream probably sometime next week, and we'll see if we can't get through Crash 1 and through to Crash 2. But I did do the Bridge to Nowhere. For those that gave up,
you did beat it.
I did beat it. I don't know how, but I did it.
It was incredible. And you were so tired, and we all know you could barely fucking see. So it's amazing.
There was very colorful language. Colorful language.
You came up with some new ones last night. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
But overall, I think a lot of people get very excited when remakes and reboots and all these things come out. And yeah, there's always going to be the people who, just like in Hollywood, and say, why can't they come up with anything original? But the reality is, when a game is perfect from 20 years ago, why not re-release it? Jesus Christ, how long has people been waiting for Final Fantasy VII to be remastered and re-released?
Oh, don't. Because do you remember the tech demo for PS3?
Yes. Yes, I did. People
the
lost
fact
their
that they've
minds.
been talking about making it since the PS3.
Yep.
That shows just how much we want this game.
People want these.
Although it does suck now that it's like, oh, it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Volume 1, Final Fantasy VII Volume 2. I'm like, I don't want to play it in 8 parts. It was bad enough in the old days having to swap disc after 4 hours of play.
Look, Square is going to, Square's not above
they're
money
gonna milk
grubbing.
it.
They're going to milk this.
Yeah.
They are going to
did you ever see Advent Children?
Oh,
the
yes.
like sequel movie? Garbage movie, but it was great to look at.
It looked great. Yeah, it was gorgeous, but it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
But we've been seeing this over the last couple of years with the games that I think a lot of us around from your age to my age, because we're not that far apart. We're only 6 years apart, not that far apart. So at least that's what I tell myself to sound cooler. But
well, if it makes you feel better, 6 years is between me and Lydia, so
7 between
roughly.
me and the wife. So hey, there we go. That's good.
Maybe you are old then.
I went the other way though. I went up. You went down. Like as far as age, you went lower, I went higher.
Oh, your wife's older than you.
Yeah, yeah, she'll be 41 in about 20 days.
Someone's got some mommy issues.
Right. Oh god, I got a little bit of an Oedipal contest.
She's my new mommy.
She's my new mommy. Oh god, I don't even want to talk about that story because there might be more truth to that than you can fucking realize. It's not good.
Yeah, let's avoid.
Let's avoid, move forward gently and
swiftly
let's get through that. Okay, so we've been seeing a lot of things been coming out, and all these remakes and re-releases, and of course sequels are always coming out, and God bless them. But I think because of our age group, there is this. Look at Kingdom Hearts, the re-release, the remaster. It just came out. People lost their minds for it, and it's absolutely stunning. It's wonderful. It's one of the best remixes that I've seen, that I've ever played. I've really enjoyed it. The little bit that I got to play with. Now my kid's playing it, so I'm getting to see her do this stuff. So it's really, really neat.
I think that is cool. Like for people that are parents to buy a game remastered so that it's more accessible and more playable for the younger generation. It's nice that a parent can be like, I know where the secrets are in this level. Right. You go here. And they're like, oh my God, Dad, you're so smart. Wow. Like, I get it. I get like why parents would appreciate being able to sit with their kids and watch the kid have the same experience just in higher definition than they had as a child. And I get the vibe from that. I understand why people are into that.
Well, we've seen it with Resident Evil. We've seen it with so many games that these just simple remasters to full on remakes. It works because like these games sold and worked for a fucking reason. They were great. The mood, the atmosphere. It doesn't seem like games are able to do that anymore. Now, of course, for every good, there's always a bad. Sequels and remakes.
While we're still on the good, though, my favorite example of a remake that did perfectly well, Abe's Odyssey.
Ooh,
one of my favorite games of all time.
That's a weird pull. Okay,
it's what most of my tattoos are. I've got Abe right there. Like,
that's right.
And I got Big Face over here. But anyway, I digress. great game, real kind of cult classic game. Now, Oddworld Inhabitants that made that game, they went bankrupt. They ended up as nothing because I don't know why they went bankrupt, but they had loads of ideas for future games. They did Abe's Odyssey, they did Abe's Exodus, they did Munch's Odyssey, and they did Stranger's Wrath.
They just went away.
I think they just disappeared. They went bankrupt and they went into nothingness. Then they pulled together with a company called Just Add Water and funded. I don't know how they funded it, but I think they got a bit of fan funding and stuff like that. But they brought their company back from the dead and they did a HD remake of Abe's Odyssey, complete strip down. Like Abe's Odyssey was like 2D side-scrolling game. They did it with a 2D side-scrolling kind of vibe, but with full 3D modeling and like instead of just flipping from one screen, you get to the other side and the next screen loads. It was all one continuous level.
Oh, that's nice.
And if you ever see it, Abe New and Tasty, it's just a fantastic. Everything's the same. The levels play exactly the same.
Clean.
Some things are tweaked here and there, but it's so gorgeous. If ever you get a chance, just go onto YouTube and look for Abe's Odyssey versus New and Tasty comparison. Like for a side-by-side comparison, the difference is absolutely staggering. And I think they're now doing kind of a remake of Abe's Exodus, but I don't know if it's going to be the exact same story. I'm so fucking pumped for it now, though, because of how well they did bringing themselves back from the dead with such a good quality game as well.
It's fun to be able to do that type of fan service and give people exactly what they want. And what are some of the remakes that you would like to see? Because we've seen so many already, but I mean, now we're getting to the point where I think at this stage, a game like Oblivion is yearning for a remake. I mean, with the Skyrim engine and all of that, I mean, just make it.
I mean, one that's obviously going to get remade because of the whole Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot, the remake was done by Activision. Activision are heavily involved with Spyro the Dragon.
Oh yeah,
another very popular platformer. So you got to know. And Vicarious Visions that helped make the Insane trilogy. They have even said, we've shown interest in remaking Spyro. So I think that's going to happen. We're going to get the original Spyro the Dragon games remade. I'd like to see Croc. Did you ever play Croc?
No, I never played Croc. I mean, I remember hearing about it, but I never played it. Was it good?
That'd be nice as a remake. Yeah.
The platformers, I got out of the platformers right around 16 years old, right around when all that stuff was catching fire.
No, I get that. That's about the time I got out of it. It was when I turned about 16. You get to a point where you're like, I have to play games where the characters look like real people. We all go through that.
Yeah, it was weird. I really got into a lot of the heavy RPG play and story-driven adventure games that were not just standard platformers. I got immersed with it, and it never looked back. Thank you, Fallout.
I mean, people would murder me probably for saying it, but I would like to see the original Super Mario Bros. I was about
to ask you about this.
Made because obviously we've seen a side-scrolling game with a little bit more like HD kind of depth to the imagery.
But would you want to see a side-scroller?
Full HD. I'd like to see the original Super Mario Bros. But made into the graphics that Mario has nowadays.
Yeah.
I think that would be really, really cool.
It feels like they kind of did it with New Super Mario Brothers, though. I mean, in a way, a lot of the level building.
I suppose
it does. They put a lot of nuances into it as well. But I mean, I think it exists. It
kind of recreates the experience anyway, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know if that one's needed, but I would like to see. I don't know. I would like to see something. Almost a direct sequel to it, because I think you could make the argument, and I think Mario is a good place to kind of start with the sequel talk just a tad. Mario never really had a full-fledged sequel. I mean, you got Super Mario 2, which for a lot of people is one of the most disappointing sequels in the history of video games. And then, so a lot of people just forget to play because it didn't feel like Mario. It didn't look like Mario. It was so weird. The game mechanics were different. Nothing seemed to make sense. And then, of course, we got the awesomeness that was Super Mario 3. But it still feels like we never got a true blue fucking sequel to the original Mario. So
I want to see Mega Man getting some decent treatment. Like obviously nice. they put him as a playable character in the latest Smash Bros. But I mean, I'm one of the few people that enjoyed playing Mega Man Legends as well, which was a complete detour from the franchise. But I'd like to see something like that in HD.
Mega Man
in general.
Yeah, Mega Man needs more love.
Mega Man, for saying he has such a good fan base, such a good following.
Never hear anything about it.
I feel like he's he's like one of the most forgotten characters outside of Japan.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. It's unfortunate too, because it is a great, there's so much lore in that. There's so much story.
Oh yeah, the depth of the story, the depth of everything, and just like they were hard games as well. They weren't easy.
They were not easy. Fuck no, man. And great.
I mean, that's what. In fact, that's something that people were pointing out while I was playing Crash Bandicoot yesterday. People were saying, "Do you remember when games were this hard? Do you remember when games you sat there for hours on the same level, doing the same thing over and over and over and failing on the same bits for a couple of for 10, 15 minutes. Then you get to the next section and you fail on that for 10 to 15 minutes and go back to the start and you do it over and over again because it's challenging but still fun. But nowadays, games hold your hand.
Yeah, they do.
So much.
You guys were just talking about it on the Elite Four podcast, as a matter of fact, with Sun and Moon.
Yeah, Sun and Moon is the ultimate handholdy game.
It is.
On a handheld.
Isn't it ironic?
It's insane. But just playing through Crash Bandicoot and just thinking wow, when I was a kid, I used to play these games and I used to complete them.
Right.
What am I doing with my life right now?
You don't feel like you need as much hand-holding with now. You shouldn't. You feel like you shouldn't, but I understand. Like you guys talked about it perfectly. I don't even need to go back into the hand-holding conversation.
I mean, with the old platformer games, it was literally you get into the level and they go, this is how to jump, this is how to spin, and this is how to walk.
Everything was so linear. It was so linear after that because you just go one direction.
Speaking of the podcast yesterday, Joe made a really good point, which was even in puzzle games and stuff now, like in the new Zelda games, you go into a dungeon and the camera will pan across to the solution and be like, I wonder how we'll get out of here. Showing a big boulder and then moving over to the track that the boulder needs to go down. And you're like, dude, could I have figured that out myself?
They've been doing that since Majora's Mask, though.
Yeah, I know.
They've been doing that forever. And that's just kind of a Zelda nuance. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And nobody really... Zelda... I'm wearing a Zelda hat, by the way. Found out that Casey's has the exact same hat as me. She had a fucking full-fledged freak out. It was so funny. But yeah, it's interesting because Zelda's always kind of done that. And nobody gives them any hate because Zelda's one of those franchises.
No one's allowed to touch. You can't touch Zelda. No. I'm being very careful about what I say about Zelda because I have a Zelda fan downstairs that I don't want to upset.
She will come and cut your ass, by the way. Master Sword, goodbye.
You know what I mean?
One of the other games that I want to talk about as far as what I'd like to see remade, because it's an interesting one to me, because it wouldn't be a remake as far as the exact thing.
Duke Nukem, Land of the Babes.
Oh God, if only. No, with the first two Fallout games, the first two Fallout games were RPG style. They were not what would become Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was a complete departure from what the first two. I want to see those two first stories, Fallout 1 and 2, made into an RPG open world fucking style like the Fallout 3 and all the games preceding that. Or coming after, I should say. Because they're great. They're wonderful. And I want to see those original stories remade. I think that's kind of the natural progression of what remakes can do, just not for the sake of giving a sequel, but going back to games that have a base that is different from what the game would later become. Why not remake those in the same style that everyone would like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto started as a very different game than what it would become. So why not go back and tell
overhead view?
Right.
I remember when Grand Theft Auto made the transition with GTA 3 into a 3D kind of third-person game, you could still change the view to be an overhead view, which was kind of cool. And I feel like they should have included that in the newer game. I think you can do that. I think you can. I think in GTA 5 you might be able to do that in certain areas.
Parts, yeah. I think a little bit of a callback. Yeah, a little callback. But it'd be nice to kind of maybe make a game in that style again. It would be fun. But I don't think people would pay it. Sometimes what I like remakes, not re-releases. Re-releases piss me off because they just go, remember that game you played a few years ago? In case you don't have a PS1 anymore, here's that game you liked to play. And you're like, oh, I mean, cool, thanks. But could you have done anything to it to make it a little bit better? That's why I'm not much of an advocate for the virtual console stuff. You know, where they're releasing Pokemon Gold and Silver again in their original form. I'm like, I don't care. Do something new to it. Right. Whereas with the Crash Bandicoot remake, yes, it's the same game. It plays the same. The script is the same, but they've built everything else new around it.
So it looks like a new game as opposed to just, hey, I remember this from like 15, 20 years ago.
Now, Resident Evil's done both. Resident Evil did a version of, I think, 1 and maybe even 2, where it was just the exact same game, just re-released, and they didn't even spit on it to polish it up a little bit. Then they gave full-on, like, actual remakes to it, and there was some good reaction to it. I think people want to see that. There's a market for it. Because why just not even spit on it, not even give us a little polish and just here, take it again? No, I could do that. We can just emulate.
Like even with they did on the, I think on the Xbox 360, they did the Metal Gear Solid HD collection that was like everything up to Metal Gear Solid 3.
I think it was up to
like
Snake Eater,
yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, but you've not done anything to it. I've got these games.
No, they didn't.
What do I need to do?
Maybe they changed the lighting a little bit. Like, oh, let's sharpen it just a little.
It's just a quick money grab to fund, say, the next games, I suppose.
Yeah. It does feel that way.
I'd rather have something. If you're gonna do something, do something to it. If you're gonna re-release a game, remake it. Do it from the ground up. If you really care that much about pleasing the fans with nostalgia, remake the game. Don't just re-release it.
Right, because
the fans have played the games.
Exactly, and if they want to include that original version of the game in their remaster, I think that's a little fan service that does not cost that much that they can easily do. John Madden used to do that. I remember, I think it was in the early 2000s, 2006 to 2010, there was an option for you to be able to play it in the classic style. You could go and play it like the original. Cool. Yeah, it was a really cool little thing. I can't remember what year it was, but it was really neat. It was something that I would like to see more video game companies do, because you don't have to release the game as a standalone. Just make it, it's not that much memory. It doesn't take up that much space to include something that you already have the code for. You've already built it. So include it into the game as an extra little add-on. I think that's good fan service that we would like to see, rather than here, take the exact same game over again and pay us $25 for it.
There's a really good point coming from the chat, which is that Pokemon Gold and Silver, for example, were already remade in 2009. So why would we then want to play the old version? When the remakes are already, 8 years old, why would we then be like, do you know what? I want to play the fucking 15-year-old version, the 16-year-old version.
It's kind of odd that it's Pokemon too, because transitioning into the sequels talk, I want to start with Pokemon, because I think as far as sequels goes, nobody does it better. There's been so many games there's been games that are obviously better sequels for their original content, but Pokemon, for 20 years now, has been releasing games, every 3-4 years, new generations.
But then it's difficult ground as well, because they're not always sequels. Like Gold and Silver were sequels to Red and Blue, but everything since then has been effectively a new story.
So we call them iteration, but it's still it's a sequel in the sense that it's a new game in the franchise. It's not with the same characters or any of the story.
It's a very loose sequel.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as releasing games in the same franchise, there's really no one that does it better. But even Pokemon makes these type of mistakes where it almost feels like it's only a cash grab. What do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, the problem is a lot of people have said, like for example, with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which we don't know yet if they're sequels, but we know that they're in the same world as Sun and Moon.
Right.
It's with that one, we got a lot of people saying, yeah, but they're re-releasing new games in the same place just a year later. It's such a cash grab. I'm like, you're talking about a company who always makes 2 of each game with version exclusives on each game, so that if you don't have friends and you want to get everything, you got to buy 2 copies of the game. That is a cash grab in itself.
Yeah, and then they'll even release a third version, a special edition.
Yeah.
You like Gold and Silver? How about you'll love Platinum? It's like,
you just hurt me so much.
I like Platinum. Fuck you, man. I actually like Platinum.
Wrong generation.
Oh God, did I fuck it? This is why I'm not part of the community.
Gold, Silver, and Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Yeah, this is why I'm not part of the community.
Pearl, and Platinum. Fucking arse licker.
This is why I am not a part of the community. They will never accept me. God damn. Well, look, I'm old. Leave me alone. I forget things.
You keep pushing the door open and then just slamming it on your own face.
Right in my dick. I'm just like, here, I'm just gonna put my dick in the door, slam it right on it. God damn, I'm gonna get fucking flamed in the chat. Oh shit.
Someone's getting fired.
Not gonna be good. So what are your now going into the sequel talk? What are your I'm gonna really there it is. Here
Jade,
it comes.
there
Jade.
it is.
Okay, I misspoke. I'm so sorry. Fuck, let me type a big apology here. God damn it, so sorry.
You're a bit behind on your apology. You should have beat the chat to it. You should have said
should've.
sorry. I done did a whoopsie real quick.
Well, like
Incoming.
in my head, like
in 3, 2, 1.
In my head, the 34-year-old version of me who's like not completely I know I'm sitting here in a Zelda hat and a Pokemon scarf, but I'm like, this really isn't that big of a fucking deal. I'm like, they'll forgive me. I'm dead on Dave. Not a big
the grown up version of you is like, no one's gonna hold a grudge against you. And then the inner version of you, the real you, is going, they're gonna brutalize me. They're gonna destroy me.
Oh, I'm dead.
I might as well bend over now.
Right. Well, luckily I suck at the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What are they gonna take me seriously about? I'm a fat guy in a basement who sucks at Pokemon. How much fucking credibility do I have?
Are you actually in a basement, or are you in a
converted? It's a convert. We live in a converted basement.
Wow.
Yeah, long story.
Hey, it's gonna be good if a bomb hits, though, right? Because like you're already underground.
No, see that's the thing. German basements are actually at ground floor. It's
such a weird country.
Yeah,
no offense, any Germans watching.
Oh no, trust me,
you do things weirdly. I'm a big Rammstein fan. I know you do things weirdly.
Du hast. Yeah, it's fucked up. Big shout out to the chat, guys. By the way, hit the like button if you've yet to do so. I mean, you can show a little love. Liam's here, for Christ's sake. Not for me. Do it for the blue-haired mush puff. Come on.
Liam also forgot to hit like.
You did that last time too. I love that.
I've done it now. I do it when prompted. This is why up-and-coming YouTubers, it's always a good idea to ask for likes, because sometimes absent-minded pricks that are watching your program may forget to hit the like button, and I'm one of them.
Even your co-host.
If you don't ask for it, I ain't clicking it.
Nope. You gotta ask for it every now and then. So as far as other sequels goes, what are some of the franchises that you feel that do it right? I went with Pokemon because I feel that they do get it right most of the time, even though I can't remember all the games.
That's right. I mean, I always toot the horn of it, but Metal Gear Solid did great sequels.
God.
Their stories, though, are so big. I get that people don't like it because they're like, I don't want to watch a movie. I want to play a game. And you're like, yeah, but if you listen to the dialogue, if you watch the cutscenes and then play the game, you get sucked into this world of just like corrupt governments and shit like that. It's really fucking good. And then like just every sequel builds on the previous story, except for number 3, which is a prequel, which is really confusing. But other than that,
what's not confusing about Metal Gear? Metal Gear is the most confusing franchise, and if anybody can really feel that they can come in here and concisely.
I can't concisely explain
Nobody can.
it, but
you will fuck something up in that story because
Hideo Kojima can't do that.
No, he really.
What is Metal Gear Solid about?
Clones?
Bananas?
Nano.
Oh yeah, you were close than I was. I love the idea of nano machines though. Dude, I lost my shit when I was playing Metal Gear Solid 4 on my friend's PS3 because I was living with a couple of friends at the time, back in the day. And I didn't have a PS3, and he said you can play through a save of Metal Gear Solid 4, and I was like, awesome. When they started controlling people's minds because of the nano machines implanted in their heads, I was like, that makes so much sense. Why didn't someone do that sooner? Oh, I lost my shit. It was so good.
They always did really cool things. The nuances, like reading your save, your save.
I'm
cartridge.
fanboying a little bit because, like, when they killed, because they wrote themselves into a corner in Metal Gear Solid 2 with Vamp, the guy who was immortal and couldn't die. And then in Metal Gear Solid 4, when they were like, no, his nano machines just heal him really quickly. If you stab him with the nano machine suppressant that you've been using to stop you from getting mind controlled, he can die and won't come back. And I'm like, what is this? What is happening? Oh, I love those games.
Yeah, those are fantastic games. That's
so
much
fucking
fun.
good.
I haven't played anything since. God, oh God, what was the last one that I played? What was
Snake Eater?
No, it was after Snake Eater. It was when Raiden came back and he wasn't a little bitch.
Metal Gear Rising?
Yeah, no, it was before Rising. It was
Metal Gear Solid 4?
Metal 4. Yeah, it was Metal Gear 4. I played it in Iraq.
I've been fucking greatest setting.
It was pretty apropos if you think about
it. Wait, was that gunfire in my game or was that actually someone shooting at us? Fuck.
Who cares? Those Metal Gear. Fuck it. I played that.
I tell you what though, I imagine you got the fucking communication post set up really quickly in Iraq when you want to play games online.
I was commo, baby. I was communications. That's what I did. And let me tell you, if you're gonna go in the army and you're a gamer, be commo. LAN parties up the ass, baby. That's all you do. Holy shit,
Yeah.
it's so great. But
I mean, I definitely say if you ever get time, play number 5 because I've been playing through it. I got 90 hours into it because I was going around doing all the side ops and things, and then it was like starting part 2, and I'm like, the fuck? I thought it ended. It's so good.
I gotta play it. I've been such a fan
and because
of the
it's an
franchise.
open world game, kind of like Fallout and stuff like that, where you can go and do other missions and things like that. There's hours of play. Like I said, I've done 90 hours and I've barely scratched the surface of the game.
My God, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I thought the last mission that I did was the last mission, but it wasn't.
No, it rarely is with Metal Gear. I'm gonna have to check that out because I do feel like I'm fucking up by now.
I need to pick it back up again, but I made the mistake of buying a PS4 and like buying really open world games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Final Fantasy 15, which I still haven't played Final Fantasy 15 yet because I've got Horizon Zero Dawn to play through, and like I just don't have time. Everyone's like, Liam, you're gonna get Breath of the Wild now? You've got a Switch, and I'm like, no, because I don't have time for another open world game. I've got 3 to do still.
Oh, wait until Pokemon start rolling out with the new Sun and Moon.
Yeah, and the new game on the Switch. Yeah, holy moly!
Just wait, you're screwed. You're screwed. Not enough hours in the day.
But I definitely think if, depending on how the story goes in Metal Gear Solid 5, I don't want any more. I think I'm done.
I think Hideo's done. I think Hideo
the problem is as well is that it's not David Hayter doing Solid Snake's voice. That took some getting used to. It's Keith Sutherland.
Is it really?
Sutherland. How do I fucking say his name?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's him. Which is a real change. I got used to it.
Was that because of the strike in the voice acting community? Or was it something else?
I have no idea. I
like
didn't read into it. A year and a half
ago, there was a huge story about that, about like all the voice actors were kind of going on strike, similar to what SAG was doing a few years back as well. But this got really serious, and apparently, I didn't even know that Kiefer fucking. That doesn't feel right. Like he's got the voice for it. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, but he hasn't got the David Hayter voice, which is the voice everybody wants to hear.
Who does?
You don't play like every Metal Gear Solid game with David Hayter and then go, yeah, let's not have him anymore.
Kiefer. Let's go with Kiefer.
They should have, like, no matter what, no matter how, even if David Hayter was on strike or whatever, or said he's angry, like, and didn't want to be a part of the series anymore if Hideo's not in it and stuff like that, they should have offered him triple.
Oh, God, you got to get him in there.
They should have. He is the franchise. You can't say, like, Kiefer Sutherland, I will say, did a great job. He did fine.
He's Kiefer. He did Lost Boys. He's great.
Exactly. But he ain't David Hayter. David Hayter is Solid Snake. He is Big Boss. He is Metal Gear Solid, and should have stayed in it.
Agreed. I couldn't agree with you more because I love voice acting.
So maybe actually, you know what? In several years' time, because I assume that David Hayter's he's gonna get older. Yeah, when Metal Gear Solid 5 gets remade, we need David Hayter. I don't care how old he is. He can be actual old Snake at that point.
Oh, that'd be fun. That would be fun. Snake. That'd be fucking amazing. Oh, God. One thing I keep seeing in the chat, and because it's your woman, I got to address it because she's 100% right. Bioshock has always gotten their sequels right. Even with Infinite. I'm a fan of Infinite. And some people, I know that's polarizing. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. I've loved everything Bioshock has done. I haven't had a problem with any of it.
The thing is with Bioshock as well, is they did their first game so right.
So right. Oh,
it's hard when a game is that good and that immersive. It's hard to then do a sequel to it and not have it at least be 80% of what the previous game was.
Right. Because they're impossible.
The whole city of Rapture was such an engaging and immersive place, and like that game was fucking scary. Don't get me wrong.
Oh God.
Right? I don't generally play like horror type games, and I wouldn't say personally that Bioshock is a particularly horror style game. It's more of a thriller.
Yeah.
But hearing like the voices of the splicers in the background having completely like asinine discussions about completely irrelevant things. I mean, I'm scared of like I've made a video on my second channel about this, about how things that are unpredictable really scare me. So like people with very severe mental handicaps, I get scared of them when I first meet them because I don't know what they're going to do.
Ooh.
I don't know how they're going to respond to me. I don't know if they're going to attack me and things like that. That scares me.
Liam hates Mongos. It's fucking confirmed.
No. Don't make it like that. There's no hate involved. Like it's not like, oh, I hate these people. I think they're less than me. It's I'm scared because I think these people could hurt me.
Unpredictability is the most terrifying thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fucking, I get scared of drunk people when my friends are drunk around me, and like they're, you know, because I don't drink anyway. Like I haven't drank in 10 years, but when people are drunk around me, and you know they get to that point where they put their arm around you, they're like, "Dude, you're such a good guy."
You don't know if you're gonna get punched right in the stomach.
Yeah, you don't know if you're gonna say something that just goes, and they just trigger and fucking beat the shit out of you. And I'm not a strong guy. Like, it's not hard to beat the shit out of me. Like, if ever. By the way, if anyone ever wants to threaten to beat the shit out of me, go ahead. I've had the shit kicked out of me before. It hurts, but I get over it. The only thing you can do worse than that is kill me, and then I can't feel pain. So have at it, mate. Come at me. I don't care.
You're gonna lose there if you're trying to threaten Liam. It ain't gonna fucking work.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I'll get over it eventually. Don't you worry. I mean, the worst you can do is get me like fucking put me on life support. That's fine. Like,
I think the reason for that is though,
at least I don't have to chew at that point either.
Right?
Like,
tubes inserted. It's the fucking American dream.
You know what I mean? It is the American dream.
I think that the reason for that though is real simple. We as humans are very fucking arrogant. We may not want to admit that a lot, but we are. We like to think that things are predictable, and we like to think that things have a way that they're supposed to be. So when there's unpredictability, it's fucking terrifying, whether it be a drunk person who's not acting like himself, who might just break a bottle over your goddamn head, or just somebody with a mental disability that cannot control their actions. Exactly. Yeah. So that
like
is
it's not that they're not doing
that.
it maliciously, and I know that.
I'm not going to beat you up over that. I think that's completely fair. But
going back to Bioshock,
and that's why Bioshock has that extra level of fear for you. It makes sense
because you've got the splicers and you can hear them fucking pattering, the footsteps pattering around. And if you're wearing headphones or listening to surround sound, you can hear them going behind you.
Yeah,
and it's fucking horrifying. Like listen to it, and you're like, I don't know where they're going to come from. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the fuck this woman's blabbering on about, but I don't want to know.
No,
what a game
it was. And then
the atmosphere, that game does atmosphere,
the music,
on point.
Everything. It's just
and the thing is, they carried it over into the second game. All right, it was a little bit cheesy because you were playing as a big daddy, and that was a bit like, really? But then with Infinite, they did the same setting of the scene so well, except this time they did the whole like cultist kind of thing, the whole
they give you everything in Infinite. I want
to say redneck, but the kind of
no, it was. No, you're
that kind of we are that supremacist. That's the word I'm looking for. The kind of supremacist vibe that you got, where you're like, I don't want to upset these people because if I don't agree with their ideals, they're gonna fucking destroy me. Like that's scary.
Yeah, the choices that they have you do throughout the game is fucking brilliant.
It's the reason I won't stand outside the Westboro Baptist Church.
Why? Why would you want to?
I would be mortified. I'd be so scared that I would blink wrong and not fit their vision.
No, luckily there's only about 8 of them now anyway, so you're probably fine.
Yeah. Plus, I look really gay as well, and I hear they don't like people that look gay.
No, apparently neither does God, according to them. God hates fags, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
How unjust of God.
It's true that they think that, not it's true that...
No,
just for anyone listening that gets confused.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Not to go off track here.
I hate this. This is what I fucking hate about the internet. Not to go on a fucking Anita Sarkeesian rant, but I hate that everything I say on the internet that sounds slightly off color.
Career over.
I feel bad saying the word off color because I feel like someone's going to take offense. What's your problem with colors?
I'm going to tell you something.
My arms are multicolored, man.
I'm going to tell you something my dad told me. One of the only useful things my father ever told me, and this will fix your life. I'm telling you, you got to learn when to simply stop giving a fuck. Fuck them.
Yeah, I know.
It. Do not.
I try so hard to not give a fuck.
You cannot, and you give a fuck so little about so many things. Word shit. Don't even stress it because it's easily defendable. Easily defensible. Don't even worry about that shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, I hate the fact that that's the society we live in now, where we have to be really careful what we say. I remember when I was a kid, and you know, your mum would say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, or mind your language, watch what you say. And you were like, you took it with a pinch of salt, like, yeah, but I'll just say what I want to say. If anyone gets offended, that's fair enough. Right. But nowadays I really need to be careful not to speak my mind because I may upset someone, because they may construe what I'm saying to be an attack on them, even though in my mind, I'm not even thinking of attacking someone. I'm just talking as I normally would to a friend. So if anything, it's not an attack because I'm talking to them the way I would talk to a friend. Yeah. I'm being colloquial with them. I'm being polite to them. I'm going, I'll talk to you like this because I don't see you as a threat and I don't see you as a problem. I see you as anybody else in the world. I see you as just any other person.
But it's even a bigger problem for you.
They'll take that to go, you don't like my race or my gender or my ideals because you talk to me in this manner. And it's fucking horrible.
It's even a bigger problem for you and anyone who's on the internet because you're a public figure. And this is not just losing friends. You could lose your goddamn career if one of these fucking nut jobs get a hold of you in the wrong way.
I could lose my fucking livelihood just because I said one thing wrong.
And that's fucking wrong. And it's unfortunate. But what are you going to do? You just kind of do the best that you can with it and move the fuck on. That's why I don't give too much of a fuck. You fight it when you have to.
I just have to get on with it. I get into this insecurity about it every so often, but then after a while, the bigger part of my brain prevails and goes, you know what? You're not going to please everyone.
Right.
And sometimes you have to do what fucking Tommy says and just click the fucking X in the corner of the screen if you don't like the words I'm saying. It's the easiest way to shut me up is to take me off your screen.
Yeah. Just like that cunt who on Twitter today that was like, oh, would you stop sucking Ace Trainer Liam's cock? Well, okay.
He's average at best. I'm like, yeah, dude, I know that, but
no, like, fuck that shit. I wrote 3 different versions of what I was going to write back to this guy. I'm like, what's the best way to go? Have you ever done
have you ever done that thing where you think of a good comeback, right? You
think of an alright comeback. 3 of them.
Well, no, but then you think of a comeback to your comeback, and so you don't post it. Like I was gonna do the old, he was like, oh, Ace Trainer Liam's average at best. I was gonna be like, yeah, but there's 100,000 people that disagree.
Right.
But then the comeback would be, yeah, but why don't 1 million people disagree? Yeah. And I'd be like, shit, you got me. You got me by 900,000 people, motherfucker. Like,
no, but on the other side, I decided to high road.
Yeah, you fucking did.
So I just high roaded him. I was like, fuck it, I'll just high road him. Like, look, if you don't like my opinions, move the fuck on. I love this guy. He's done a lot for me, and he's a great. Like, you're not a mediocre. I shouldn't have to stroke your fucking ego in a real way. Like, I know I suck your dick all the time in a playing manner, but the reality is, you're not just the average fucking PokeTuber. You talk to people in a way that I respect because it's the same way I fucking do to people. That's why I think that you're going to continue to grow.
I'll never blow my own fucking trumpet, but the one thing I will always say is, I'll blow you.
Don't worry.
You fucking always do. Like, fuck off. No, like I'll never sit there and like sing my own praises because I mean I have the least amount of subscribers in my podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm sat there with what I consider to be like the higher echelon of my field. Like I'm the fucking nobody in that group. Like even Joe, who technically doesn't really have a YouTube channel, he just runs a website, but he's more known in the community than I am in the Pokemon community because he runs the #1 fucking fan from Pokemon. Yeah, he runs the site. If it ain't on Cerebi, it ain't true. You know, that kind of
bullshit,
thing.
Right?
A reputation like that. So in terms of the people that I do a podcast with, I'm fucking nobody. Yeah. But I will always say I'm just real with people, and that's why
all you got to do.
That's why I don't grow at the rate that other people do, because not everyone can take what I have to say. Not everyone agrees with the way I talk and the things that I say to people, and that's all right because I'm just happy being fucking me.
Right.
If I can make a living off being me, that's fine. If ever it really goes into the shits and I have to start being like, hey, everybody, welcome to my PG channel. Let's have a glorious time. Then I will. But I'm not doing it yet.
And you know what? And that's not saying anything. That's not saying negative about any
I'll Lance Armstrong this shit.
Sure.
But,
Lance Armstrong.
But not now. While I can get... Is it Lance Armstrong? No, he's the cyclist.
That's the cyclist. He did this on Tommy's show, by the way, as well.
Did I?
Yeah, Lance Stewart, right? Lance Stewart.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah.
Lance Armstrong is the big cheater.
Tommy didn't fucking correct me.
No, because Tommy fucks that shit up all the time, too. That's why 2 peas in the pod.
I assumed just Tommy was being a pussy.
No,
that's fine.
No, he probably forgot it as well. But the thing is, with what you're saying, it's not even saying anything negative against the guys who do have a bigger following. They're not pandering. They're not capitulating. It's there's different strokes for different folks. That's the beauty of YouTube.
Well, don't move to the beat of just one drum.
Man, fuck it. It
might be right for you, may not be right for some. I fucking fumbled over that. You can tell I don't watch 80s TV.
Who does anymore? My God. Bring back the Golden Girls. Fucking do it. Hashtag.
Fucking hell. There'll be a Golden Girls movie in a couple of years. You know there will. Movies are really bad for rehashing and rebooting, and we've had 2 Spider-Man reboots.
Yes, and we're about to get. I can't. This one looks good though. But to go into the negative, since you just kind of went into the negative area. Now we've talked about the good. We've talked about some in both the reboot, the remake, and the sequels. What's gotten it wrong, man? What are the sequels that makes you just want to punch babies with vigorous aggression?
Super Mario 2.
If we're gonna start with somewhere, might as well be with that. But somebody in the chat earlier was actually saying that it's technically. It's not considered the sequel because Lost Levels was the sequel. They were getting hazy.
Fuck
Gray
off.
area. Fuck off. I'm sorry. Gray area.
Bad sequels. I
For
mean,
me, it's easy. Devil May Cry 2. What a
God! I got about 10
fucking
minutes
miss.
into that garbage and just left it.
Devil May Cry was awesome. Devil May Cry was the shit. That's a great, still playable to this day, by the way. Really great game. And then Devil May Cry 2 was like, you know what? We're just going to change it all. Go fuck. Awful game. Horrible, horrible, horrible game.
I mean, there have been bad Grand Theft Auto games. Like, arguably, a lot of people didn't like Grand Theft Auto 4.
Which I call those people stupid.
Really?
What's wrong with Grand Theft Auto 4? I liked it.
Hey, Nico, let's go bowling every 2 fucking minutes.
I like it, man.
Yeah, but remember, wasn't it following San Andreas? So,
yeah.
And that was a hard game to follow. You picked the wrong ass, fool!
Yeah,
so many memes.
And then Nico. Yeah, no, that is true.
That game was purely made to give pyrocynical things to meme. That's...
It does seem like it.
Pyro, if you're watching, you're not watching. Never mind.
No, he's not watching. You know, he's been on the show before.
Has he?
Yeah, he's called. Yes,
You've
he
had
has.
Pyro
I have had
Cynical
Pyro
on
on,
here.
yeah, Pyro and Clown at the same time, and Pip Lad all the same time.
Fucking hell! Wow.
Hit the Trinity that fucking night. Didn't do
Cream of
anything.
the crop.
Did nothing for my career. Nothing. Not
Yeah.
even. That just speaks more about me than it does him, of course. But still, I had Pyro here. Fuck yeah!
What?
Oh my God. What? So that's pretty good.
Did he use his proper voice?
Yes, he did.
You know what's weird? Going back and watching his old videos where it's less pyrocynical talking and more Nile talking.
Yeah.
What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. And you're like, dude, this ain't my Pyro.
Where is he? Oh God, I love it. That's fucking.
You
great.
need to go as fucking.
He's back
deep
on
as
Twitter.
possible.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I know. I fucking followed him straight away.
It's about
'Cause I'm a
fucking
pussy.
time. Yeah, right.
It's
No,
a
I don't
little
blame
shit.
you. No, he's entertaining as fuck. He's entertaining as shit. So.
Lydia fucking worships the ground he walks on.
She came to your defense on the average thing, by the way. She started talking about your cock in the chat. It was fucking amazing.
Oh hell yeah!
That's love.
She's just happy because she got it after a week.
I would have liked it if your little break in your stream would have been longer because you actually were fucking right then. That
We
would
were
have been better.
there were a couple of people in the chat when we got back who were like, "Really, Liam, that quick?" But it was like, "No, I made a cup of tea and came back to my stream because I'm a good fucking host and I respect
Right.
my fans."
No, it would have been awesome.
My fans are sat watching my half-time screen like, is he coming back? He finishes at 9 and it's like half 8.
You could have been finishing during that break though. Thank you. But no,
Hey.
it would have been fantastic if every now and then we would have just saw like random keystrokes in the fucking chat because she was sitting on the fucking keyboard at that point. It'd be fucking amazing, man. The stories.
I mean, I'm not going to say there hasn't been times where I've been streaming and stuff's been.
Uh-oh.
Maybe there's been a person under the desk. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that happens. I'm not going to admit that.
Not going to deny it either.
Hell no. Up top.
Yep. Fucking virtual high five. Shkabow.
Hell yeah.
Another really awful sequel. How about
But
Duke Nukem?
Twitch, if you're watching, that never happened.
That never
by the way.
happened. No. That's enough to get you suspended on Twitch.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell. If they caught me.
Oh,
if they saw
Lydia
it.
just called your ass out. She said, "Liam, I mean, you were trying to get it on. Let's not lie. You've been."
I did try. She had such good resilience. I mean,
she
God,
was
with this
thinking of
face,
your
how
audience.
could a woman resist this?
Right? After a week of no blue-haired mush puff, how could she? What are you, heart of stone, Lydia? Heart of stone.
Do you know what I mean? I was trying to go at it like a fucking dog eating hot chips. Like,
but see, she was thinking of your audience, so that's good. You were testing her. You were testing her.
I was testing her loyalty to the channel.
There you go. That's the important thing. I've got one more big video game franchise that I want to shit on for a second as far as sequels go. Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem gave us one of the worst sequels in the history of video game of anything. It's fucking bad. Just
wait, which one?
Well, let's pick one because nothing after the first.
You can't
one.
say Land of the Babes.
Let's just go with Forever then. Let's just go with
Duke Nukem Forever. Don't. I blocked it out.
15 years. 15 years and we got Duke Nukem Forever. Come on. How do you fuck it up with 15 years? How?
You look at the internet and you're supposed to go, this is what everyone's memeing about. That's how we make the sequel. That's what people liked.
Yeah. And they just said, nope, we're going to do other stuff. But even big franchises get it wrong. Mega Man, we talked about Mega Man. Mega Man 6 happened. Mega Man.
Are we going to talk
6
about? Are we going to talk about the elephant in the room?
Which one? Me?
Call of Duty.
Oh,
Like they're not necessarily sequels, but I mean, Infinite Warfare.
No, I think they're sequels. You know,
they kind of count because they go up in like the timeline and stuff.
It's like Madden. I think Pokemon's in that kind of same category in a way.
I mean, I think the problem is with Call of Duty as well is they try and build the multiplayer first and then build the story around it.
Yep. No, you're not wrong.
The campaign is never designed to be, this is the game. Oh, by the way, you can play it online. It's always, you guys want to play it online. You guys want to play it competitively. Let's stuff as many gimmicks in it as possible and then build the story around it, which is generally a lot of fucking swearing, like loads of it. Like I can't play for someone who swears a hell of a lot, I can't play the Call of Duty campaigns because the dialogue is literal shit.
It's just bad writing.
Just fuck this, fuck that. Oh fuck, here comes some Tojos. Oh fuck, here comes this guy. Oh fuck, I'm dying, dude. Fucking help me. Like, dude, you don't need all of that. Like, no one talks like that naturally. Let's have some natural dialogue.
They may have done back then, though.
Oh, they may have done. Maybe
send in the darkies. You know,
I'm speaking as someone who's not been in a wartime environment.
Let me tell you, for somebody who has been in a wartime environment, that's pretty fucking spot on. It's
like, when you're on top of that fucking armored vehicle getting shot at, what were you saying?
Oh fuck shit, fuck balls, and I cut my goddamn thumb off. Almost cut my thumb off doing it, and I pissed myself. True, all true. All of these things are true. Pissed myself, and I have no shame in it. Fuck off. You ever been shot at? Don't judge me. Fuck you. It was hot. It was hot anyway.
Shot with paintballs in the face.
In
the face mask. But
I got shot in the paintballs in the balls. That was not good.
You were bullied so much.
I was. Still am. But you do it. You bully me. What are you talking about? You're mean to me too.
You earn it. You deserve it.
You're right. You're not wrong. But some of the other franchises that I think that I want to hit on before we get out of here, maybe you can just react to some of them. Metroid's put a clunker out there.
Metroid has its ups and downs. You have to give Metroid credit. Like, I'm excited for it to come to the Switch, but I'm also not because they have such a 50-50 way of doing Metroid games. It's either amazing and you're like, damn, Samus, you've never been better. And then there are other games where you're like, oh, Samus, you probably should have fucking stayed in bed, chick.
I think Metroid gets a little bit too much love to begin with. If I'm being 100% honest, I think Metroid...
I mean, at the roots of it, Metroid is a basic video game. If you wanted to go... what's a video game? You'd go Metroid because it's very generic. It's I have a gun and I shoot things and I jump down things. Yeah, that's it.
It's like they were like, hey, what are we gonna do? Let's go as generic space story as we possibly fucking can, and that's Metroid. And people love that shit. People will beat my ass because I just called fucking Metroid overrated, but it is. I think it gets far too much love, especially for as many misses as it's had in its life of its franchise. But that's just me. By the way, I got to give a little bit of love to the mug here because there's a lot of people who responding. They're absolutely loving the Kevin Smith, but they haven't seen the other side of it. Jay and Silent Bob mug. I'm getting a lot of love for this.
I want to see it. I have to wait because of the fucking delay.
Fucking amazing. I found this at that amazing comic book store, by the way. Great.
Jet. Silent Bob.
So good.
Turn the fuck around.
Yes.
There it is. There's my boy. That fucking expression.
It's from that.
You put that shit to your face.
I do, and gladly, I will drink in anything from fucking Kevin Smith. I absolutely love Kevin Smith. But yeah, to kind of close the door on the whole sequel talk, because really the whole conversation comes from because there's always the comparison between movies and television. We're getting all kinds of things that are television that are coming in. Hell, Tremors. Great movie, didn't need to be fucked with, is now becoming, it certainly didn't need 4 fucking sequels. It's coming to television. It's coming to TV. It's being made a TV show with Kevin Bacon. I'm a little excited about that. I got to be honest.
I do like Kevin Bacon. Like people get annoyed now because Kevin Bacon is on all the UK EE ads. I don't know if it's the same in America.
But you guys get Harvey Keitel, same fucking deal. He was always on your fucking commercials playing the guy from Pulp Fiction, the Wolf.
Yeah. But he does. Yeah, he plays Winston Wolfe in all the Direct Line adverts. Yeah,
and they're great. They're fucking brilliant too. Fucking Keitel needs a fucking check. Jesus.
But a lot of people in the UK now don't like Kevin Bacon because he's used in all those ads. But I really fucking like them, especially the one where he was sharing Wi-Fi with all the Kevin Bacons from all the different movies he's done.
That's brilliant. No, I love.
They even had Invisible fucking Man Kevin Bacon. Like
they had Friday the 13th Kevin Bacon with the fucking arrow sticking through his throat. It was brilliant, man.
Oh my god,
fucking brilliant.
But
That's
Kevin
the
Bacon's
joy
brilliant.
of,
Okay, maybe I'm a little bit excited for Tremors.
yeah, maybe
now.
you might be.
I didn't realize
Footloose.
Kevin Bacon was going to be in it.
It's exciting, but that's where all the conversations come from, because everybody, look, whether or not you want to equate video games as art and maybe movies are art or whatever the fucking case may be, I think it's all forms of art.
Arguably, video games take a lot more time than movies. I would say.
They're all art. I believe they all fall in the realm.
Like, because obviously movies will always be like, yeah, but video games, blah, whatever. But it's like video games are interactive. Not only that, they have motion capture, so they have to hire people in to act out what the characters are doing, and then they have to fucking animate layer after layer and layer of textures onto the characters and the scenery and make sure everything fucking works. Whereas with a movie, you put everything in place, you shoot it, and it works.
Yeah.
Like, all right, if you want to put CG in it and overdo it like the Star Wars prequels, then by all means.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, yep.
Michael Bay.
But other than that, it generally works.
It can. No, I agree with that. But but that's where the conversation comes from, because it doesn't seem like video games gets as much criticism as Hollywood does for their movies. I mean, Jesus Christ, all anybody's talking about all the time for the past 5 years is nothing original comes out. They ignore shit like Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, which fucking surprised.
Very original. I might watch that later, because I'm trying to pick a movie to watch later, but Guardians is really easy to watch.
Always easy to watch, and it's always works. It's wonderful. It's like The Mummy for me. If I need something to go to sleep to,
if ever someone says, the first Mummy, the Brendan Fraser one.
Of course, the first Mummy.
Oh, don't, because we had this fucking thing of ages of just quoting the one bit. Hey, O'Connell, I've got all the horses. Hey, Benny, you're on the wrong side of the river. Such a good movie.
I love that flick. Still holds up.
Oh,
but Tom Cruise is gonna fucking shit all over.
I've heard nothing but bad about that. Does it even count as the same franchise? Because I don't think Imhotep's in it, and I think it's a completely different movie just with the same name.
3 wasn't part of the same franchise. With doughy Brendan Fraser, I'm sorry. That was not. Wow. 2 was barely part of the franchise, but at least we got the Scorpion King, which, by the way, was a fucking badass movie. Fuck everybody.
What a good movie. It was actually really good.
It was. It was really good.
And the Sorceress was fucking hot.
Oh, so sexy. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan. Fucking God rest his.
And to be fair, that movie made Dwayne Johnson.
Yep, I would say so.
If that movie had been bad, if that movie had been garbage, we wouldn't have the highest paid actor that we have now.
If I would have told you 20 years ago, like we were just sitting in a pub, I know you'd be a little young to sit in a pub, but if I would have told you, dude, in 2017, I'm telling you, Donald Trump's going to be fucking president and Dwayne The Rock Johnson's going to be the biggest movie star on the planet, you would have punched me in the mouth because it was that ludicrous of a statement.
Who the fuck are you?
And why are you trying to drink with a 5-year-old?
The man who wait, how many years ago?
20. Okay, 8-year-old. Fuck me.
Yeah, fucking hell, dude. Jeez. Why are you drinking with an 8-year-old?
I don't know.
You'd have been 14 though, so it's okay. Austin Jones would have still liked you.
Right. You want me to show you how to twerk?
I'll show you the basic twerk movement. That's still not a dead meme for me. Fucking hell.
How could it be?
It will never be.
I'll wait till he goes to jail. Someone's gonna show him how to twerk properly.
Oh man,
so good, so good. I hope he gets.
In terms of sequels, actually, you know who's weird with sequels? Tomb Raider.
No, you're
in terms of the games,
because they always want to change shit up.
One minute it's a sequel, the next minute it's a prequel, the next minute it's a reboot, the next minute it's a sequel to the reboot, the next it's a remake, and you're like, dude, what are you doing to Tomb Raider?
Has a franchise gotten it more wrong and right from game to game other than fucking... I don't think anyone's done it quite like Tomb Raider, because there's been so many flops in that franchise, and then like the last 3 have been fucking baller as shit, especially that last one. I mean, it's pretty insane. But that is a franchise that does not seem to be able to ever have any continuity at all. It's always something
that was
different.
Also a franchise that went from video game. Like a lot of people say, oh, video games don't do good movies. I thought Tomb Raider, Lara Croft Tomb Raider was a good fucking movie.
Yeah,
mainly because Angelina Jolie is fucking perfect in that role.
I agree, but
even down to the voice, damn, that voice could get me going.
Other than the fact that her tits were out in Antarctica, she decided not to like she doesn't need to wear a fucking jacket over her tits in Antarctica. I mean, like, whatever. You know who would have done a great job in that role? Tia Carrera. Remember Tia Carrera? Nobody does.
Oh damn,
she would have been perfect for that role.
Fuck.
But yeah, I digress. I think that kind of wraps everything up pretty well as far as all the sequel things. So let me ask you this, because this is the hardest question to ask. So I'm gonna open it up to everything because this is a hard question. Movies, TV, even albums. Fuck it, I don't care. Video games.
Damn.
What has not been sequeled that needs to be sequeled?
Ooh.
Yes, that's why I opened it up, because that's not an easy one.
Not been sequeled that needs to be sequeled.
Just would fucking send you over the moon.
I mean, technically we've not had it yet. I would argue Ant-Man, but that's coming. Oh no, Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
coming.
me, yeah.
It's coming.
Okay, that's getting sequel. Shit.
Yeah, you had to go recent.
I had to go recent. I can't. Oh shit. No, Silence of the Lambs had a sequel, and that was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
But
the TV show was bomb. TV show was bomb though.
Nah, fuck that shit.
You
Fuck
didn't like
the
TV
Hannibal
show?
TV show. I don't like that guy. What's his name? I never remember his name, and Lydia always says his name, and I'm like, who the fuck is he? There is no, like, even Brian Cox, the original Hannibal Lecter, wasn't as good as Anthony Hopkins, who clearly was so good I couldn't remember his name.
You stumbled there for a second, but that's okay. We all do, as I did with the opening.
Dude, the amount of bleach and dye that's been on my fucking head in the last 2 years, like I'm allowed to lose a few brain cells. I'm allowed to go a bit fucking loopy lately.
Yeah, you're
But
fucking...
what do you think? What would you say needs sequeling that hasn't been?
You know, I asked.
We don't need any more Terminator sequels, by the way.
No, we really don't. But I'm like trying to think of games that only had like one, and I go to things like God, Max Payne had a sequel, and that was fucking shit. So that would have been a game I would have picked. I mean,
Splinter Cell had sequels.
Yeah, it's like what hasn't had a sequel?
Hitman had sequels. Hitman's fucking beautiful.
Had sequels. But there's like, and I feel like I have a game on the tip of my goddamn tongue that never got sequel that should absolutely be. And I'm seeing in the chat right now, and I think that there's actually a really good, going to the television show, and I'll mention that in a second because I think they're right. I can't fucking think. Dig Dug? Did Dig Dug have a sequel? I have no fucking idea. I don't know, man. I'm
Dude,
going
you are
deep.
scraping.
I'm going deep because
the funny thing is, even Croc had sequels. Even Gex, the gecko, had sequels. Like
everything had. I'm trying to go back to like the early days. Kid Icarus. Oh, Kid Icarus had a fucking sequel. Kid Icarus too.
Home Alone had sequels.
Everything had.
Oh my god.
Sequels. But somebody in the chat, Dubious said Firefly.
I thought of something that needs a remake.
But even Firefly had a sequel. Fucking Serenity.
It even had the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can count that. Fuck.
The game that needs a remake was the rival to Worms on the PS1, Hogs of War. That's a fucking golden game. I was talking to someone about this recently, that they need to do a HD remake of Hogs of War. Such a good fucking game. Shame, like, sadly, Rick Mail has died, so we can't get him to do all the voice acting. But John Cleese is still alive. He could do just as good a job, I reckon,
so.
if not better. The Cheese Man. But
you can put John Cleese in anything, and you got me. John Cleese made me watch fucking Rat Race. Okay, so
oh my god, he's good in Rat Race as well. He's good in everything.
The only good thing about Rat Race, which is a remake. Oddly enough, of one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Which is,
really?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite films of all time.
I didn't know Rat Race was a fucking remake.
Are you serious?
I didn't know that.
Really?
I've never seen It's a Bad, Bad World.
No, it's a Mad, Mad, Mad. You've never seen It's a Mad. It's a 1960s film that literally has everybody from the Three Stooges, Jonathan Winter, Milton Berle, Ethel Merman, Jerry Lewis, Sid
Yeah, but I'm not
Caesar.
American, so like, I feel like that's a film. I feel like it's a film every American's seen, but not every.
It's a film that everybody has to see. It's so.
Because remember, if it's 1960s, it's unlikely that kids growing up in the 90s who didn't have internet until they were 14 would have picked up on its existence.
I get that, but to me, it's so iconic and such a wonderful movie, and that's why it was remade into Rat Race, which is a horrible film.
I mean, it had Rowan Atkinson in it, playing a different role to Mr. Bean, which is nice.
Which we didn't need. Just be Bean. It's like fucking Pee Wee Herman. You didn't need to be in fucking Mystery Men. We don't need to see you as anything.
He didn't need to be in that movie theater masturbating, but he was. Pee Wee, why?
Why, Pee Wee? You let me down.
I'll never look at that talking toilet.
I have an answer, by the way. I have an answer. The Shinmu. Shinmu, which technically I think ended up getting a sequel, but
Shinmu?
Yes, you don't remember Shinmu? It was for Dreamcast. No, Shinmu
never
got
heard of it. Oh, yeah, I didn't have a Dreamcast. I was a poor kid. I was working faster in it.
I googled it. I'm looking through some.
Holy shit! Jade Rabbit's got it. Pokemon Snap.
Oh,
we've been begging for that shit from the N64.
I'm a fan.
HD Pokemon Snap.
I'm a fan of Pokemon Snap. I like that game.
Yeah.
I cannot figure out how to play it right on emulators, man. It's just
because it never saves the photos. It just fucks up.
Drives me fucking crazy. I'm looking.
It's probably a fix. I could probably just Google it, but other than that,
Shinmu had Shinmu 2, but it never got Shinmu 3. Oh, we got a donation. That's nice. Let's see what we got here. Sherlock donated $1. Small Soldiers remake donation hype.
Oh,
that would be
Jesus!
Fun. That would
trying to rival Toy Story. Toy Story is something that did sequels right and spaced right as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. Toy Story 3, 10 years after Toy Story 2. Hey, your donation fucking thing's lit.
Yeah, I know. Guncannon fucking stepped up hard on that. He did. It's pretty.
I'd probably move. Oh no, you can't because it's. I was gonna say I'd probably move the Dead on Dave logo because it mixes with the red text, but you can't move it.
As much as
you
I
get
love
the option
Gun,
of it at the side or on top.
Gunn has done so much great shit, but he still has the color on color stuff every now and then. Still color on color, but there's nothing you can do about that one because it's from the donation ticker. But he's
there's a video by Lance Stewart he could watch. Not Armstrong.
No, Lance Stewart, the guy who does Ouija board shit.
Yeah. Gets dragged out of bed by a magical string.
I have the answer in the movie realm as well. It finally came to me. And unfortunately, it is being remade, and I'm not happy about its remake.
What is it?
Big Trouble in Little China, man.
Oh, shit. Yeah, and isn't Jackie Chan going to be in it?
And The Rock. The Rock is taking over. Fuck yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. The Rock is taking over Kurt Russell's role, which should never happen because Kurt Russell is amazing. But
I mean, they did that awful Total Recall remake.
Some people actually like that fucking terrible movie.
You know what I liked that people didn't like? The Judge Dredd remake.
That is actually a little bit better. But Judge Dredd is such a terrible movie, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So you forgive it. But yeah, it's one of the look. Movies can be awful and be a hell of a lot of fucking fun. I mean, I think Judge Dredd is a perfect example of that. Terrible film, a lot of fun to watch, very entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Someone said Space Jam 2. Pyoxy said, yeah, LeBron's doing it. Doing it.
Last year was 20 years since Space Jam came out, wasn't it? Or is it this year?
I'm so old. God. Everybody
20 years.
It's time to slam, y'all. We got a
good fucking movie though. Like the animation
jam.
stands up.
Oh, it was awesome, man. It's still watchable. Talk about a movie with a lot of fucking people in it. Jesus Christ, Bill Murray kills it in that movie.
Yeah. So
good.
Danny DeVito is the head of the Monstars.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Monstars. Oh God, so good. They brought back all the really good voices and stuff. It was so good. I love that.
They need to give Danny DeVito just a starring role again in something.
Anything. I mean,
Jesus. He can still go. I'm
God.
The trash man.
He still does a lot of voice work, from what I understand.
He does a shit
shows
ton
up
of
a lot.
That's like Brian Blessed as well. He does loads of voiceovers and stuff.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do prominent like acting roles anymore.
No, but how, man? DeVito's got to be pushing 80, right?
Yeah, probably.
Gotta be.
He looks 80.
Last Lindy, I've never seen Space Jam. Oh.
You need to leave this whatever this is right now and go and watch Space Jam. Download it. I don't care if it's illegally or legally. Go and watch it.
You gotta see.
You will not be disappointed.
No. There's no disappointment to be had with Space Jam. Come on, it's great. It's Michael Jordan making fun of his own fucking baseball career for first. Come on. It's
the whole thing is just a fucking knock on it.
It is. It's great. I love it. So anything that we've missed, anything that we have not hit properly that you would like, maybe caveats, corrections, anything you could think of you want to hit before we get out of here? Maybe do a sequel on this one day.
Oh, man. Could you imagine?
I know, right? Sequel's
just
coming.
Fucking rip ourselves to shit.
We'll do a remake.
Get a new host. Yeah. Get a better host.
I don't think there is, my friend. I don't think there is an upgrade. Jesus Christ. This is our fourth show together. I don't think we've had a bad moment in any of them, aside from my own stuttering over intros and stuff, which I appreciate you calling me out on.
Neither of us are consummate professionals, but that's how it kind of works.
No, I think that's exactly why it works. I think our rapport is fucking fantastic. Jesus Christ, we just talked about neither one of us did any research, and we just talked about sequels for an hour and 20 minutes.
This is my favorite thing. My favorite thing about these shows, right, is like every week you're like, "Hey, Liam, what do you want to talk about on Nerd and the Jerk?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, I don't know. I don't fucking know."
I'm trying
your
bastard
hard. Show. I'm the co-host. I'm not even the fucking host.
I'm trying so hard to like let you build a show, and you're like, "No, I'm not doing it." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I was really hoping my life."
Yeah,
was
but my
easier.
attitude is, it's your show. I've come on it. I will do what you want to talk about. If I ain't got shit to talk about on it, I'll find words. I'm a really good vulture.
No, and that's fair. But I look at it the other way. When I'm hosting a show and I bring in a co-host, because everything that I do is always about me anyway. So when I do a show that I have a co-host, it's kind of your show, and so topics that matter to you, I want to know what they are. I want shows to be built around that. But believe me, I have no problems with coming up with fucking topics.
But generally, you know more about what's been going on in the week anyway.
Very
like
true.
You'll be like, "Hey, have you heard the drama about like Sargon and Anita Sarkeesian?" And I'll be like,
"No." I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, I haven't watched Drama Alert yet. I haven't watched Philip DeFranco yet.
I stopped. You know what? It's weird. I don't know if it's because I've been doing so much Pokemon, but I have just completely checked out of the drama community. The only reason why I know anything that's going on at all is because I talk to Tommy 3 times a day.
I know, to be fair, I watch Tommy more now. Like, now that I've started watching Tommy, I'm more invested in the drama, because I watch Philly D to get like the concise, unbiased report of what happens. Yeah. I watch Keemstar's video to be like, this is going to be fucking funny.
He blocked me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he blocked me on Twitter because I didn't even make fun of his daughter. I made a joke that involved his daughter.
He's a cunt.
I'm gonna tell everyone the joke as well.
Tell the joke.
He posted. It's not even funny. That's the worst part. It's not even offensive.
Par for the course, Liam. Par for the course.
Yeah. He posted a picture of himself and his daughter having a little smile. His daughter's at that age where the front teeth fall out and they do that toothy smile that everyone does where there's the hole in the middle.
Yeah.
And I replied with, being the fucking edgy cunt that I am, just like all the edgy fans that he has that worship him. And I'm a fan. I like what he does. I watch Drama Alert every time it's up. Like, you know, I don't agree with some of the things he does, but fuck it, it's hilarious. Right. But like, I just replied with, dude, he totally punched that girl's teeth out. Block. Like, and I get it. People are sensitive about their kids.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I blew up in a fan
my attitude is my dogs are my fucking kids, and you can make all the fucking jokes you want about them. I don't care.
I can't even get on him for blocking you, because I went off on a fan yesterday during a stream for bringing up my daughter. It pissed. Yeah. Look, I get it. It's a part of you.
It's your seed. I get it.
Sure. But see, you at least understand that. You're never having children. You don't like kids. You've made this very fucking
But
clear.
I also understand that the people that do want kids want them and appreciate them and think, oh, wow, it's a little piece of me. And like, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And it's like, dude, have you ever been paid? Like, that's fucking beautiful.
Because you know why? Because you're an empathetic person. You have empathy for people. You know, you're not just one of these fucking heartless.
As much as I hate to admit it, like,
you do. You are. You know it.
Don't fucking chop down my persona. It's all I've got.
I apologize.
I'm supposed to be the fucking jerk in this show, right?
Right. And I would never chop down your persona, just like I would never change that luscious, beautiful hair of yours. So just beautiful. Even though I did notice a little septic eye green going in the back there last week. I don't know if you fixed that or not.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I re-dye it every now and again. Head, I fucking fade. This ain't au natural, mate.
No, I didn't think it was. Would you fuck a Smurf? No, I didn't think that for a second.
I don't think that's how hair color works either.
I don't think this is The Simpsons.
Have you ever fucked a girl and your hair color's changed?
No, but hell, this isn't The Simpsons, and I've never seen blue hair in real life either.
Oh, naturally. Jesus! Remind me never to fuck a ginger.
No, Jesus. It's bad enough I got part of the recessive ginger gene inside of me. It's not good.
Have you seen Copper Cab? He's not a transsexual anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
I didn't realize. I genuinely I was trolled by it. I thought he was genuinely changing gender because he went on the news and shit like that. He wasn't.
Surprise, bitch.
He's back to a guy, like, fucking hell, king of the trolls. But yeah, he hosted Drama Alert a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it was a good episode, but I was just like, damn.
I can't watch it no more, man. I don't know.
You're not a girl.
I can't watch.
I fucking love it. Like, dude, if you watch Watch the Christian Stewart stuff. Christian Burns. Oh
man,
my fucking
holy God, you are.
I can't do this show after sex anymore. My mind is melted.
It's become such a problem with me with Keemstar as far as like I can't watch him anymore, and I can't even watch Drama Alert anymore because
is that because he's attacked you so much?
No, fuck it. He can attack me all he wants, and most of the time he fucking ends up taking down what he attacks anyway because he's a fucking pussy. But no, it's his inherent hypocrisy in everything that he does. Even with this Christian Burns thing, where there's a kid who I think absolutely needs to be fucking flamed out for every douchey thing that he does.
Oh yeah.
He broke his own fucking golden rule to do it. You know why? Because Keemstar only has rules that apply to everybody else and not himself. He's full of shit. Full of shit. Again, goddamn you, Liam, for making me talk about him on Nerd and the Jerk. I've never done that before.
You're always talking about him. God damn, you're as bad as Tommy.
Yeah, I know. I'm always talking about him. Fuck.
I feel bad for Tommy now because whenever he does talk about Keemstar, because it's relevant to the story he's telling, he's like people are like, oh, you always talk about Keemstar, and he's like, but it's relevant, and I'm like, you don't need to worry about that, fucking Tommy. No. Just don't worry. Just talk about what you want to fucking talk about.
Exactly. I wish Tommy wouldn't acknowledge.
If Keem jumps in your chat and goes, you're always talking about me, it's an extra fucking view.
He blocked him, by the way. He blocked him in the chat the other day. It was great. He beat me. I wanted.
No, I was there. I watched that.
I
saw that.
It was so good. What's going on for you the rest of the week, and what is going on for you next week? I know Summer in the City is coming up, but that's not for about another month. So
just over a month, Summer in the City. Tomorrow, the Ace Trainer podcast is coming back because Isla's birthday was 2 weeks ago. Last week, I just wasn't feeling it. So this week, it's back with a vengeance, and I have to do it this week because Isla messaged me saying, I'm going out to a party, but I will come back from the party. Like, it just depends whether or not I need to go on the bus or whether I need my car with me to get home quicker. But I'll be back for the podcast if it's going to be on, and I'll leave a little bit earlier. And I was like, okay, it's definitely going on. It's definitely happening. So now I can't back out, even if I wanted to.
No, you can't.
So I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but to be fair, I'll probably have a good laugh about Christian Burns, because that shit made me cry with laughter.
Jeez, what a douchebag.
Like, I mean, giving Keem credit, like, yes, he broke his golden rule, but when he brought out, like, he showed the original video, gave Christian ample time to talk about it and rebut it.
Yep.
And then showed the other video. Like, that's interesting, because just watch this. I was like, oh shit, like, this is going down. Yeah. That was fucking beautiful.
I wish he was ever doing anything magnanimously, but you can't fucking can't ask anything too much. It is what it is. Everybody does stuff for views. You can't really hate on him for that. But regardless of that, as far as me, tomorrow Real Talk is coming into the country. He'll be here for a few weeks doing a European tour, which is really exciting. His first ever European tour. So if you're in the Germany
when he says
area,
European, is he coming to the UK?
I don't think he is. I think he's
fucking
going.
We're in Europe.
He's starting going for the time being, at least the union.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, don't. The number of people who came into my chat after the fucking Brexit thing and were like, how do you feel now that we're not part of Europe? And I'm like, no. We're part of Europe because we're on the continent of Europe. We are attached to it.
Union.
Well, we're not attached. We are attached to it by a tunnel under the sea now.
Yes.
But
which I'm terrified
We've
of,
left
by
the
way.
European Union. We're still in the continent of Europe, guys. Like, don't worry.
The continent has not kicked you out.
We haven't floated away to fucking Greenland or wherever.
How great would that be if that was possible? Let's just float. Fuck it. But
just everyone in the UK rowing
at the same time. Stroke. No, so a lot of people are coming in. Captain Kirsch is here, but she is German, and she's visiting her
fucking
family
hot.
And stuff.
That's what she
gorgeous
is.
And unbelievably
Jesus
talented.
Christ.
Unrivalably talented. She's fantastic. So I'm going to get to meet her. I'm going to get to meet Real Talk. I know a bunch of viewers are actually who live in the area, who live in Europe, are coming down for this as well. We're going to do a barbecue. We're going to film some stuff. There's a little secret project that's going to be happening that I can't really talk about, but it's going to be fucking fire. And then I found out that Jamie Pine is going to be showing up as well at some point in the next week. So I get to meet him as well and all these people. So lots of great stuff happening.
He loves you. I get the impression I
love him to death. I think he is absolutely just unbelievably talented. I'm a big fan. I do like him a lot. I like his...
Did you interview him this week?
No, I'm going to interview him on Tuesday because I had the internet outage, which fucked up my entire week. Screwed up.
I was going to say, why did I miss that? But no, I didn't, apparently.
Screwed up the entire week. Screwed up everything. So, but him being the awesome dude he is, he's rescheduled, and he's going to do it with me on Tuesday. So, alles klar, Kommissar there. I
also have a 12-hour stream on Monday. That's what's happening, because it's the first Monday of the month, so I'm doing...
Oh, that's awesome. I'm doing my marathon tomorrow, which is going to at least consist of 5 hours. Always goes at least 9. Last week did 14.
14, you fucking legend.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I know this. I'm going to be starting starting about 2 hours earlier than I typically start on a Saturday, which is 10 a.m. my time. I'll be starting. So like 4 a.m.
You're gonna be out of bed by 10?
Yeah, probably. I get up early, man. Now that I'm like healthier and all that shit.
Because you're old. Old people get up earlier.
Off.
Like the older you get. Like when you're in your 70s, you'll be getting up at 5 and it'll be normal. You're just
Leave
like,
it out.
Leave it out. Who are you?
But yeah, good stuff there. And again, thank you for coming on with me once again, my friend. It's been having a lot of fucking
pleasure
fun
as always.
Yeah, it's been good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you have anything to add to the discussion of sequels, remakes, reboots, good, bad, or indifferent, you can hit us up individually on Twitter at DeadOnDaveV and of course at Ace Trainer Liam. You can go bother him on all of his other social media accounts, which there are plenty of, or not as many anymore.
Just to gush a little bit as well. Just to gush a little bit. You guys have been so fucking welcoming to me lately. Like I've had a few of you hit me up and just be like, hey, I love everything you're doing to support Dave. I love everything you're doing to help Dave. I've checked out your channel and I like what you're doing as well. And I really fucking appreciate that, guys, for you actually giving me a chance. Yeah, like, I know a lot of people don't like that I'm here because they feel like I'm just pushing people away and all that shit. But I appreciate that you guys are just accepting me for who I am and not comparing me to other people that you're used to. I really do appreciate that.
And subsequently, I got to make the exact same confession of love to your community who have been showing up in my chat, Gears of Gizmo.
They watch you more than they watch me now.
It's amazing. Kirsty McGarry, she's an absolute fucking sweetheart. We've seen Chrissy Piplup, Last Lindy, all these people, they're here constantly. And I just thank you for being accepting of me. It's the same thing. It's just like, I cannot thank you guys enough. It's been really cool to see our communities kind of interwork with each other. And your mods have become my mods have become your mods. It's really been a really cool thing. And yeah, there has been a small subsect of people who may not have been happy.
This is like what we were talking about in the Elite Four podcast yesterday, is it's about time people started being positive towards each other and other parts of the community than just negating people for trivial reasons. So this is what we were exactly looking for. And you know, it's funny, you can do it without using the word positivity all the fucking time. You don't need to clamor for positivity to actually be positive. Is that a Cozy Tube reference? A little bit. But you know what? It's like, it's funny. We're the best family on YouTube. We thrive in positivity. Everything is positive. Yeah, I get that. But you think about it, like you're a self-pronounced fucking sasshole. Me, I'm one of the dirtiest people you'll probably ever watch on fucking YouTube. But yet, I think we both exude positivity and love and acceptance of people within our community. Oh, hell yeah. That is, I think it's called balance, motherfuckers. My favorite thing that happens in the community that I have at the moment is someone will come in my chat and they'll be a real fucking asshole to everyone. And because we're all positive, everybody, the mods and everyone, will dive on that person, tell them that they're being shit, and tell them to buck up their fucking ideas. Someone will time them out for 10 minutes. And for about, I'd say 8 out of 10 people that do that, they come back after the 10 minutes and they go, hey guys, like, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to talk to everyone. And I realized that what I said wasn't really appropriate. Will you guys forgive me? And then everyone's like, dude, welcome to the community. How you doing? How's your day going? Has it been rough? Oh, talk to us. It's fucking awesome. I love converting people. I love that. You know, because sometimes being nice. Sometimes all they got to do is just simply think about their life choices. And that's it. Yeah, fucking hell. I've gotten used to saying that now. It's one of my favorite things to say. I fucking love it. It's weird because you say it to them and they actually do. That's the weird thing. They must literally. Right? I imagine them sitting there for 10 minutes going, "Why did this happen? I'm blocked for 10 minutes. Fuck. I really shouldn't have said that, should I? No. When this 10 minutes is up, I'm going to make amends. Like, that's really cool. It's fucking amazing. I love it. That's a hashtag think about your life choices. It's fantastic. So, yeah. Great show once again, my friend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Keep the conversation going in the comments section. Let us know what you think about it. We want to know how we can improve Nerd and the Jerk in any way fucking possible. So let us know what you like, what you don't like. It's okay. We can take criticism. It's completely fucking fine. Other than that, that's a beautiful name for this show, by the way, the Sass and the Ass. Because you got a lot of sass, and we all know I've got a lot of ass. On that note, thank you guys very much for joining us right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Make sure you check out everything that Ace Train Liam is doing because he's the fucking man. And tomorrow, catch me live for as long as I'm going to be. Dude, fucking legendary treasures and Dark Explorers. I'm going to make people's heads explode by actually opening these very fucking hard to find cards. It's going to be random. It's going to be in this box full of all these other cards that I have as well. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be a great stream. Cannot wait to do it. Make sure you're here for that.
And we will see you next time, right here on Dead on Day Productions. Keep it copious, folks. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent,
have talented friends.
fuck, I love you. God damn, do I love you. See you next time, folks. And peace.